to the Royal Rumble predictions video. I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture, joined by Phil Chambers from WhatCulture to give you all our predictions ahead of this weekend's Royal Rumble Premium Live event. We will be going head-to-head to determine, it's just for fun, but who is the current WhatCulture Wrestling World Champion? Because to be honest, we can't remember who last held that belt. And we're also doing the predictions because Phil and I will be doing the live stream on Saturday night, or I suppose Sunday morning if you're here in the UK. And please do join us for that. But also because Simon Miller, Phil, said he was going to be busy on Saturday night. So make of that what you will.
Not sure what that could be.
Without further ado, though, let's dive into our predictions and the first match, which is, of course, for the WWE Undisputed Unified Universal. I have no idea what they call it anymore.
Something along those lines.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Roman Reigns.
What? Kid, of course it's Roman Reigns.
We're both going for Roman Reigns on this one. This makes all the sense in the world. They're not going to take the titles off Roman before WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts if you think otherwise. Of course it's going to be Roman Reigns. So otherwise, what the hell are they going to do to build WrestleMania around? I guess the biggest intriguing part of this came from Raw Triple X in that what is Sami Zayn's final test going to be? Yeah. And is it going to be in this match itself?
I think so. I think probably Roman's going to say to Sami whether he's the enforcer. I don't think they're going to make him be the special guest referee. I think that's a bit hokey, if I'm honest. I think he's just going to say, you're there to make sure I leave as champion. Not that I've got any concerns about leaving as champion, obviously. It's only bloody Kevin Owens. But if need be, can you run him over the golf cart? But also, the second part of the test, which gets him out of the Royal Rumble, is Roman Reigns wins. Yay, pyro, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, come on, Sami. All of the bloodline, which you're, of course, in, are off to go party. And Sami's like, but there's the Rumble later. And he's like, well, what does that matter? Get in the fucking car. Basically, you need to take Sami Zayn out before the Royal Rumble, in my opinion, because otherwise people might boo Cody Rhodes for winning.
And you don't want that. I don't think this is going to be Sami Zayn's final trial. I am going to save my thoughts of what Sami Zayn's final test is going to be till later on in the video. Might give you a hint about what I think might actually happen later on.
I'm excited for that.
But I will say that, and I'm going to say this, why? Because Roman Reigns has, in the past, often, when it gets to these big matches, he's not wanted the Usos around, he's not wanted Solo Sikoa around, he's definitely not wanted Sami Zayn around. Most of the time when he goes out for these big matches, he does it alone, because at the end of the day, he's still ahead of the table. He's the guy that gets things done, and that's what he'll say to Sami Zayn, that he doesn't want anyone there. Maybe the Usos will still get involved, and Sami's like, well, you didn't tell me about that, and they got involved and I didn't, so now I look like an idiot. But then, the final trial will be later on.
But yes, there's no way, I'm sorry, I love Kevin Owens, but there's no way he's leaving with those titles.
Yep, not a chance. But what's next?
It is the Raw Women's Championship match. I love this new gimmick. Bianca Belair, of course, versus spooky Alexa Bliss. Does that change your opinion on the result of this match?
No, not one bit. Bianca Belair, I'm afraid. Are you going for the same?
Yes.
Fun predictions, this.
Yeah.
Really competitive.
I get a feeling we're probably all heading in the same direction. So, tell you what, we can't make the same picks for the Royal Rumble matches.
Fair.
Okay.
Fair.
Yeah, I think Bianca Belair has to win because she has to main event WrestleMania, or at least be in a major title match at WrestleMania, because she's a guaranteed 5-star factory when it comes to the show of shows.
Yep.
I think there will be some spooky bollocks involved in this, because of course there will. But I think at the end of the day, I think the story involving Alexa Bliss and Uncle Howdy and Bray Wyatt and all that has to involve her going back to whatever she's going back to.
100%.
And yeah, why would she have to if she just has an occasional man who goes and shows up, and then she beats Bianca bloody Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. So I think she'll come close. But no, Bianca Belair leaves as champ.
Absolutely, we still need that final turn moment of when she goes back to the dark, gooey side that is Bray Wyatt's world. And that will come either at the Royal Rumble or maybe on the Raw after pretty soon, I would imagine. Before we get to WrestleMania, definitely. And you need Bianca Belair to hold that championship to go up against who I think is going to win the Women's Royal Rumble, which we will get to later on.
I think we're both heading to the same title match at WrestleMania for Bianca Belair, but I may be taking a slightly different route, that means, Phil. And also Alexa Bliss will be busy with her box-like structure at WrestleMania.
Of course, yeah, and loads of goo. Next, speaking of goo.
We are assuming, by the way, I think Phil and I agreed on this, that it's probably going to be topped and tailed by Royal Rumble matches. This is our prediction of the order.
Yes.
But this effectively is my main event because I am so excited about this. It could be an absolute catastrophe, this.
Yep.
But it is, of course, the Mountain Dew pitch black match.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight. Yeah. Who you got?
I mean, Bray Wyatt, come on. It's his first match back. He's been back in WWE for over 3 months now and not had a match yet. There is not a chance in hell he loses his first match back.
Well, you say that.
Something about your face.
You say that, and I'm inclined to agree with you, because I sense probably the Undertaker doesn't give him the old, on Raw Triple X if he's going to lose his first match back. But maybe it's, what is it? Heart over head, this. I think LA Knight has been sensational with this. I think he's one of the only people who's come out of a feud with Bray Wyatt for the time being looking better than when he went in. Just no selling all this spooky bastard's bollocks. So, bollocks, have him win, have him beat Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt has to face Uncle Howdy? I don't know.
I guess maybe it helps empower his turn. Like Alexa Bliss loses in order to join the weird gooey dark side. Bray Wyatt loses in order to join the weird gooey dark side again. This maybe.
Like he's not all there, Bray Wyatt, obviously as part of this character. I sense probably he has to win, but I do like the idea of Bray Wyatt being on the verge of winning, and rather than it being creepy lady coming out of a box, or Uncle Howdy, or the Firefly Funhouse characters, or wherever the in Fiends. He's just waiting, set up, maybe doing his little upside down, whatever it is, in the corner, and LA Knight crawls to the corner. Oh, he's out, Phil. He's just going to get turned around and finished. But he reaches up, like Popeye with spinach, Mountain Dew pitch black, fires him up. KO's.
I kind of want this to be was it like WCW Spring Break Nitro or something, when they did it and the ring was in a pool, like a swimming pool, but it's just a pool filled with Mountain Dew. That'd be pretty good, and throw him in. Do you reckon Bray Wyatt tombstones him at some point? Because
Maybe. At the very least, I see a chokeslam coming out on Monday.
First time we differ, though.
Yeah, I think you might have won this contest with that one.
But let's find out, because next up is the Women's Royal Rumble match. Only 7 participants announced so far, so plenty of surprises and things to go through.
I think we can already see the winner on this.
I'm going to jump in first. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take that low-hanging fruit of Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Because of course it is. She's a goddamn star right now. She's in the middle of, probably the best main roster story that she's been a part of. She's come out of the Judgment Day as somehow head and shoulders above everyone else as the sort of de facto leader of this thing. She comes across as a badass every time she's on TV. She steals the show every time she's on TV. It is her time, and the storyline between her and Bianca Belair that's already written through the history, through NXT and things like that, leading into the main event, or just leading into WrestleMania itself. It has to be Rhea Ripley. Has to be.
Does it? I mean, yeah, but does it?
Yes.
Before we get to my pick,
yes, it does.
We have also discussed for each Royal Rumble match 3 picks of surprise entrants.
Yep.
I'm going to go for the first one is actually quite sensible that we sort of brainstormed together.
Okay.
Because Chelsea Green probably is going to actually be in this Royal Rumble. My other 2, maybe longer shots, let's say.
Yeah, Chelsea Green's been tweeting a lot, pictures of her in the Royal
There's
Rumble
been reports,
2020?
Yeah, there's been reports of WWE wanting her but having no creative for her. That doesn't stop anyone from being in a Royal Rumble, and there's already 23 spots left.
So my first pick for surprise entrant is Molly Holly, because
he won't let this go.
Really needs to get her own back on Nikki Cross, and she needs to kick the absolute ever-loving crap out of her, chuck her over the top rope, and get that woman out of goddamn WWE for what she did last year.
The angriest she's ever been on stream.
Not on.
Last year's.
Not on. Molly Holly deserves better.
I've also got Lana, because she's been speaking of the company, and you want pops at the Royal Rumble. Last year was a big thing where people were like, I don't even know whose theme that is.
Yep.
We'll get the Alamo Dome jumping.
Raging. Speaking of pops, you know who should come out directly after Lana?
Go on.
Nia Jax. And then you know what she does to Lana? She puts her through a goddamn table.
Yeah.
Bring it back, baby.
And the only thing that would make me even happier is if Billy Bloody Kay comes out. Obviously, can't be both of the Iconics. Yep. Because Peyton Royce has just had a baby. Congratulations to her and Sean Spears, of course. So representing both of them, Billy Kay. Come on. We need some good talkers in this women's division. And Billy's the best. So I don't think she's going to win the Royal Rumble, but I'd love to see her out there.
No, it's my final pick for surprise entrant is Beth Phoenix.
Oh,
because
yes.
we need to follow through to the Rhea Ripley stuff. Rhea Ripley needs to kick her ass and chuck her out of there on her way to winning the Royal Rumble, which brings us full circle because you've not had your pick yet.
Well, no, exactly. I mean, does Rhea Ripley need to win the Royal Rumble, Phil? Or can she, a bit like...
Don't say Lana's going to win.
I'm not going to say that. Shayna Baszler did at the Elimination Chamber. Could she eliminate everyone at the Chamber, which means she gets to face... A champion at WrestleMania, which of course she selects Bianca Belair, which leaves Charlotte Flair without an opponent at WrestleMania. Charlotte Flair, Phil, who is of course at least attempting to be a babyface right now. And how do you really make someone a babyface? You put them up against the biggest heel in the company. That's why Nia Jax is winning my Royal Rumble, because... yeah, Nia Jax will make anyone look a babyface in comparison. And imagine, Phil, the heat if she punches Becky Lynch in the face again and then throws Rhea Ripley out to win the whole thing.
I mean, it's a bold move. Very bold.
I was not left with many options once you took Rhea Ripley. I think the rest of these women in this match are great.
Yeah.
It's not their year for the Royal Rumble, though.
Unfortunately.
Men's.
Let's find out. Men's.
There he is.
Match of the show.
It's going to be Cody.
Speaking of
you've got more
low-hanging
options.
fruit.
You've got slightly more options with the men's. There's rumours of many people, obviously.
Yeah.
But that's the guy. That's been the guy since he got his tit out in Hell in a Cell. It's Cody Rhodes' Royal Rumble to lose, in my opinion.
Fair. I mean, yeah, no notes.
Surprise entrance?
Probably agree that it'll be Cody. We'll go through the surprise entrance first. Let's do that. Number one is surprise entrant and a spot in the Rumble that I desperately need to happen.
Say it.
Has to happen. Tune it up! Scotty 2 Hotty comes out, but he's coming out to a ring that's filled with Otis and Chad Gable. And they're like geeing up, ready to beat up Scotty 2 Hotty. Scotty comes into the ring, he walks up to Otis. He puts the glasses
He does the look
on Otis. He does the look. They worm around the ring. They have a goddamn great time. Chad Gable's there in the corner going, "What the hell are you doing?" This is like getting really angry. He ends up as like Scotty 2 Hotty's about to like do the WORM. Chad Gable chucks Scotty 2 Hotty over the top. Gives Otis a bit of a slap, like, "What are you doing?" And goes on with it. And it just needs to happen as far as I'm
Just
concerned.
get him in that. How many years do I have to campaign? Sami Zayn wins Money in the Bank, and Scotty 2 Hotty's in Royal Rumble. So it seems you've gone Scotty. I'll go to another close personal friend of ours, Wade Barrett. He's been training. He's not normally on commentary. I think they normally have like Cole and someone else doing the commentary for big premium live events. Came on commentary and just let him say, "Well, Michael, a lot of people have been saying it could be fun surprise entrance in this year's Royal Rumble, and to them people I say, I've got some bad news." Up he go, get him in there.
Writes itself.
Boom! Please.
Love it. My final two are linked. So I'm just going to get them out there. Logan Paul.
Okay, yeah.
Rookie of the year last
yeah.
year. Bad Bunny. One of the best celebrities they've ever had.
I rewatched his Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah. They both come out. They stare down. They have a bit of a moment. They do some ridiculous Spanish Fly, Canadian Destroyer nonsense on each other. And then they both get chucked out. Let's see how good these celebrities truly are. They're pitting them against each other.
And there's one of the Nights of WrestleMania's main event right there.
There you go.
Get a lot of people watching.
It's easy, this book, isn't it?
I really like that. I'm tempted to have the Glass Shatter and Stone Cold Steve Austin get involved.
Yeah.
I obviously think The Rock is the greatest wrestler of all time, but he's not Pat McAfee, is he? Let's get Pat McAfee out there because I miss him. And my God, we were there when they dropped Seven Nation Army at WrestleMania, and it is, in the words of Sheamus, an absolute banger. Get that. Get him out there. And another pick, which is probably just more bias from the two of us and hope more than expectation. Or was it a little bait and switch? Because X-Pac did not say on Raw is Triple X that he wouldn't fight Gunther. He said he couldn't fight Gunther right now because he had shin splints, and as we all know, you can recover from them in 5 days. So X-Pac is my final pick for the Men's Royal Rumble match.
Fair, 100%. I would love to see Sean Montman back in there.
Oh,
that would
please.
be good. So,
It's not Cody. Yeah.
It's not going to be Cody. There is only one other person that this could possibly be, and it's got to be Sami Zayn.
Yes.
And this is going to fit into Roman's final test for Sami Zayn. His final test for Sami Zayn is to win the Royal Rumble so that Roman Reigns doesn't have to worry about who he faces at WrestleMania.
Good.
And Sami goes out there, he does him proud, but then over the course of the next few months, he starts thinking, I've still got that contract, it's right there.
Oh.
And then you go on to WrestleMania, Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns. It can happen, and I've got a bypass for the Cody stuff as well. Because if he doesn't win the Rumble, it's like Seth Rollins could knock him out.
Yeah.
Redo that. But then at the Elimination Chamber, you could have a number one contenders thing. You could have Adam Pearce. He's done it with the Raw Tag Team titles and the SmackDown Tag Team titles. You could say the Elimination Chamber match is just for the Raw Championship, the WWE Championship, not for the Universal one. Cody Rhodes wins the Elimination Chamber, last eliminating Seth Rollins in that. And then you go on to WrestleMania. Night one, you've got Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. Cody beats Roman Reigns in the Shocker. He becomes the champion. He's got the title his dad always had.
Yeah.
Big finish to night one. Night two, Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn. A slightly beaten up Roman Reigns and insanely pissed off Roman Reigns because Sami's turned his back on him and gone against him. Go up against each other. Sami beats Roman Reigns. Oh! Roman loses both his belts. The belts are split up. They're on Raw and SmackDown, and you've got new champions going forwards, and Roman Reigns is the most pissed off man in the history of men.
And he goes off to Hollywood.
Yeah.
I'll take it, but what has to happen first is this weekend's Royal Rumble match. Let us know your thoughts, your predictions in the comments section below. Like, share, subscribe. Tweet us at WhatCulture WWE. You can follow both of us whilst you're on Twitter. You can follow Phil Chambers at
Phil My Chambers, and you can follow Adam at
Adam Wilborn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. As I said, make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling wherever you get your podcast from for daily wrestling podcasts. And make sure, in fact, if you click the link here... I forgot to do it earlier. Click the link here. There should be something right here.
Probably here.
Or somewhere around here. Anyway, there'll be a link to set yourself a little reminder to join me and Phil on Saturday night / the early hours of Sunday morning here in the UK for our Royal Rumble live stream. Regardless, whatever you're doing, enjoy the Royal Rumble. My thanks to Phil. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.